I think with everything that's happened over the last year, it's been quite easy to let it get on top of you, and definitely this last lockdown has got on top of me, and I think I'm just done with like having excuses not to do things, and it's okay to have felt the ways that I felt, but I've got so much I want to achieve this year, and after that, and I think now it's just like things are opening back up, and I'm just ready to get after it and start smashing my goals. I lost a bit of size, lost a bit of strength, but I think that's just made me hungrier to come back and come back stronger and bigger than ever. Maybe not too big, but just gain back what I lost. And some of what I lost is also confidence. I think not being around people as much and not being out and about is definitely impacted my confidence a bit, and I just want to rebuild and just kind of get back to my full self, and I think we're well on our way to getting there, so let's go. What's your main goal at the moment, with everything?
Me, just get back up to some sort of decent level where I was kind of before when we were going to the gym before.
Yeah.
I haven't done it for a while, so it's just nice to get a bit of strength back and just get all my form better.
Yeah.
With your guidance, and then just keep going, be consistent.
What do you find is the hardest bit?
What I'm going in general.
What's the hardest part about what we're doing at the moment for you?
Probably just the fact that I haven't done it for so long. I feel like I'm body takes longer to recover.
Yeah,
so
takes it out of you.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm fine in the moment, but I feel by Thursday or Wednesday, Thursday, I'm just my body's just knackered, and then but then that's just your body just adapts and gets used to it.
Of course.
So I feel after a few more weeks, it'll be just the routine. It won't be as difficult.
100%. And I think also with the routine, it's when you're getting back into something, even just coming out of lockdown, and people who still have been training but are now going back to the gym,
exactly.
Everything changes, and I think it takes a few weeks to get your body used to it.
Yeah.
But the best thing about routine is when you're in that routine, nothing feels like a chore. Well, in my opinion, it doesn't. It's just that's kind of what your schedule is. You do it, and as the weeks go on, I tend to find that it gets easier and easier to stay motivated, and the first few weeks are the hardest because you're not as fit, you're not as strong, and you're trying to bounce back and kind of get back to where you were before. But then after a few weeks, you start making that progress again, you start seeing results, and then that gives you that extra nudge and sort of increase in motivation.
Yeah, and then every session is just you just want to get a bit better each time.
100%.
You see a bit of difference each time, and week by week, I can see a bit better and stuff. So
at first, it's just getting through the session and completing.
That's where I'm at pretty much.
Yeah, completing the exercises. But then it's the next stage is okay, so last week I did 20s. I want to try and do 22s or 20. Do you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you start competing with yourself.
And just I feel when you see that progression as well, you're more motivated to make the rest of the stuff better, diet and drinking enough water and stuff. I feel I'm more focused on that because I want to make the most out of every single little session we do. So.
Yeah, of course, because you start thinking about everything more. You're well, if I'm putting all this work in and it's it's literally tiring me out, I don't want it to go to waste. And obviously, the training side won't go to waste. You're still going to be making progress, but you really do need to have your nutrition on point as well to reap the rewards of all the hard work. So I think I think it's so important to have that side of things in place as well.
Definitely, yeah, that'd be good. I'm looking forward to it.
light work for you? Look at how high he gets his leg. What is that? That is mental. Right, so I just finished up the squats. They felt horrific, but gonna move into some reverse lunges and see how they go. We did a big session last week when the gyms opened, and my hamstrings are still feeling pretty fucked from it. But
am I?
We'll see how it goes anyway. So let's get into it. We were going to do core, but it's already been an hour and a half. Look, that's the Siri's getting involved. 617 active calories, so I'll take that. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Dogecoin is going up. I'm only down 8%.
Really?
So
only 8.
I don't know. I might get if I get back up. I might just fucking
go to the moon.
Go to the moon. Yeah. Right. So I'm going to ask some questions. Sorry, I'm not going to ask questions. I'm going to answer some questions that you guys asked on my Instagram story last week. So bear with me. Let me just get the questions ready. I probably should have done it before starting the filming, but it is what it is. Okay. So first question is, what kind of sups do you take? So obviously my protein supplements, use my code Elliot for 37% off. Supplements I take are creatine, whey protein, BCAAs sometimes, pretty much just because I like the taste of them. but they obviously do help with recovery. Then I take multivitamins, omega-3 and vitamin D as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty simple stack, simple but effective. So yeah, that's my supplement stack. How often do you train in a week? At the moment I'm training 5 days a week, but sometimes 6, depends on how the weekend goes. If I go out or, you know, drink or just can't be arsed on the weekend, then I may not train on the weekends, but it's pretty much 5/6 days a week. My split is 5 days, and then on like the weekend I may do like a cardio and abs or something a little bit lighter. So yeah, that's my current situation. Actually, my fucking bone. Put this on. How old are you? I am 26, so getting old.
Nearly 27.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me, mate. So yeah, I'm 27 next month, which is pretty nuts, but you know, we keep rolling. Have you considered moving or visiting America for your career and content? Yes, definitely have considered it. I would love to go to LA and you know, live there for a bit, go to New York. There's loads of places I want to visit in the States, but I haven't been able to yet. Well, I've been to LA, but I haven't been able to visit or see that much of the States. But obviously, hopefully when things start opening up and we can travel properly again, that will be one of the first things on my list. So yeah, definitely thought about it, and I'm gonna do small stints of it, you know, setting up camp in different places for, you know, a prolonged period of time, and just sort of going with the flow. But yeah, it's definitely something that I've thought about and will hopefully be able to do relatively soon. How do you cope mentally during lockdown? To be honest, lockdown was extremely tough. I definitely, you know, had a difficult time with it, and you know, at some points I wasn't really coping particularly well, but it's all, you know, I think for me the best thing that happened in lockdown was accepting the circumstances and trying to move forward from that. You know, you go through a lot of emotions and thoughts and feelings where you're like, oh well, you know, I can't do what I want to do because of this, and you know, it's kind of what the base of this video is about, is like, it's easy to, you know, make excuses, and it doesn't mean that you're wrong for feeling those ways, but there is a way of, you know, coming out of that and, you know, building yourself, rebuilding, and, you know, getting back to a better mindset. So that's kind of what my journey's been like for the last few months, is sort of like getting into a bad spot and then getting out of it. But I feel, you know, so much better now, really motivated, and just looking forward to the rest of the year. So yeah, it's completely normal to have felt shit during lockdown, but hopefully things hopefully things continue to improve, and you know, things get better and better.
I've got a random question.
Yeah.
If we were to go back into lockdown, how would you like deal with it differently? Do you think you'd do things different to how you did in the first like proper lockdowns? Would you like learn from what you did in the ones before, or? Yeah,
I think for me, I'd definitely accept the fact that I know I struggled with the last few lockdowns, and that it wasn't, you know, I didn't deal with it very well. You know, go into it with a purpose, go into it with, you know, an action plan, so that I had something to work towards. I think I let myself slip into a period of like having no purpose almost in my head. I wasn't really doing anything, and that's where I really let myself get into a bad space. So I think having a purpose, and you know, making yourself accountable during lockdown is so key. And during the second lockdown in the UK, that's what I did. I went into it, I started a new Facebook group, and I was trying to help as many people get through that lockdown, and I, you know, didn't have an issue during that lockdown. You know, it sucked that we were in lockdown, but that was about it. Whereas this time around, you know, it kind of came as a bit of a shock, and before I knew it, I just was in a bad space. So yeah, definitely going into lockdown with a purpose, you know, setting like a challenge or something is always a good way to sort of keep yourself accountable and motivated. But you know, it's difficult. Every time is different, every time is unique. Life throws curveballs at you, so it's just about accepting it and trying to make something of it.
Fingers crossed we have to do it again anyway.
I really hope we do.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to 21-year-olds? Advice I would give to 21-year-olds. I mean, it's weird to think that like I'm now I'm almost 27, so it's like actually a quite significant gap between myself and a 21-year-old. But I would say embrace that period of time that you're in, enjoy it, don't stress too much about what's to come, because you've got so much time to do whatever you want to do. You've got time to make mistakes. I mean, I've still got loads of time to do that as well. I think you'll start to have friends that go down different paths and start, achieving different things. Some friends start making really good money, some will be struggling, and I think it's important to focus on your own journey and not let kind of people around you dictate how you feel about what you're doing. So yeah, my advice would be go for your dream. Like, do whatever it is that you want to do and just go for it, because you've got so much time to sort of master that craft and master whatever it is that you want to go into, but also bounce back if, worst case scenario, it doesn't go to plan. So that would be my advice. Well, just kind of make it feel like 3D.
3D.
3D.